till the heaven rings with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening sky. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod. Felt in the days when old unborn had died. Yet with a steady beat, have not our weary feet come to the place which our fathers sighed. We have come over a way that with tears have been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered, out from the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast.
Good morning. I am Deletta Gillespie, Assistant Professor of Theater Arts here at Morgan State University. For those of you who may not be familiar with the practice of libation, I have the honor of pouring libation with you today. Libation is giving honor, reverence, respect, and recognition to the ancestors whose shoulders we stand on and the elders whose shadows we walk in. An African proverb tells us that people who lack the knowledge of their past are like a tree without roots. So in the spirit and knowledge of remembrance, we pour this libation. We pour libation to honor the past so that we may learn from it. We use water because water has no enemies. We use water to refreshen the road our ancestors traveled to be here with us today. We use water as a symbol of the continuity of life to purify and nourish our souls. If these words resonate with you, then let us together say the word Ashe, Ashe. We pour libation to the elders whose wisdom we seek in all endeavors. Let us say Ashe. We pour libation for Reverend Benjamin Brown, Reverend Samuel Green, Reverend Elijah Grissom, Reverend James Harper, and Reverend James Peck, the founders of Morgan State University, who enacted their shared vision of training and educating free and newly freed Black people and recruited others to join them in manifesting this great vision. Let us say, Ashe. For the presidents who have proudly stood at the helm and guided this university through each challenge and triumph for its entire history, let us say, Ashe. For the faculty who have tirelessly stood in front of classrooms and on computer screens and taught, inspired, coached, and comforted innumerable students, let us say, Ashe. For the staff who have diligently worked in front of and behind the scenes to support the vision and daily activities of this university, let us say Ashe. For the students from locales near and far who have sought to realize their hopes and dreams of a brighter future through the attainment of a college degree at this university, let us say Ashe. For the students that found their voices and sacrificed their times and talents to advocate for proper funding for Morgan State University and other HBCUs, let us say Ashe. For the late David Harvey, who in 1991 co-created the Harvey African American flag with his wife Tanya Harvey Clark, a flag which stands as a cultural symbol that we are rededicating today, thereby reaffirming the positive aspects of the Black community. Let us say Ashe. We pour libation to the Morgan State University family and allies who were on the battlefield during the 1960s, who understood what it meant to struggle and fight for civil and human rights. Let us say Ashe. Let us now call on the names that have gone before us. You may do so silently to yourself or out loud. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Ashe. Thank you, and may peace and blessings be upon all.
Good morning. I realize that this is a serious occasion, but we don't have to be so glum and somber. As we remember our ancestors, I don't know about you, but my ancestors liked to party and to have a good time. I cannot promise you a party, but we do have a wonderful program planned for you today. So my name is Dr. Felicia Thomas. I'm Associate Professor of History and Coordinator of the African American and African Diaspora Studies program here at Morgan State University. It is my pleasure to serve as your host this afternoon and also to present to you the esteemed dean of my college, the Dr. Mbari Ngom, who will share with us the occasion for today. Please greet him with a hearty round of applause.
Good morning. Fix this. Well, good morning and welcome to the first convocation of Black History Month celebration. And know that we are very pleased to have so many of you here. I'm Barry Ngom, the Dean of the James H. Gilliam Jr. College of Liberal Arts. And on behalf of, and I bring greetings, on behalf of President David Wilson and also Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Hong Tao Yu. I also would like to take the opportunity to welcome our distinguished guest and just under Chloe Harvey, Kyla Harvey, Dr. Dolores Harvey, and members of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Inc., and Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Inc. Just want to thank you for honoring us with your presence, and also just to express on behalf of the student, faculty, and staff of the James H. Gilliam Junior College of Liberal Arts, our gratitude beyond measure for your presence. Again, We are very, very honored to have you here on the National Treasure Campus. So this is a very important event for us here at Morgan State University because, among other things, we are celebrating the African American flag rededication ceremony. And if you walk around campus, mostly around the stadium, Hughes Stadium, you can see the flag of the United States of America, the flag of the great state of Maryland, and the Harvey African American flag. And many of us, let me just put it that way, I don't have the stats, but many of us would not recognize what someone has called that mysterious flag, right? But it's a prominent flag. And I think is that this flag will, after this convocation, you will be able to just know, feel, and understand the weight of that flag and what it represents, not only for this campus, but also for the 100 plus historically Black colleges across this nation, but for the state of Maryland and for the United States of America, because of what it represents and how it contributed to the building of the foundation and also of what this country is now. You know, because the French do not even call the U.S. Superpower. Now they use the term hyperpower, hyperpuissance, and that wouldn't have been possible if without the contribution of African American to what this country is today. So just in closing, I just again thank you for being here, our student, our faculty and staff, but more so to our platform guest. You know, thank you from the bottom of our heart, and just welcome again. Okay, bye.
Thank you so much, Dean Ngom, for being here with us, for sharing with us the occasion. Again, we want to welcome and express our deepest appreciation to our platform guests, especially the Harvey family, who are deeply and inextricably entwined with this celebration today because they have such a role in the creation of this symbol. I don't know about you, but how many of you are students here at Morgan State University? Can I just see your hands? Thank you. I'm so glad to see you. I want to invite you to a community of lifelong learners, of which I'm a part. And I will say quite freely that I did not know about the African American flag before I was invited to participate in this convocation. And I am so glad to have my own learning enriched by this experience. So I'm incredibly grateful to you. Without further ado, I would like to invite Naya Worthy and Kendall Jones, who will share a presentation with us.
Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides. Just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and furrowed eyes? Because I laugh like I've got, excuse me. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard? Cause I laugh like I got gold mines, digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide, leaving behind nights of terror and fear. I rise into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Thank you.
The immortal words of the late Dr. Maya Angelou. And now it is my honor to present to you Dr. Dolores Harvey, mother of the late David Harvey, who will share with us words about the genesis of the flag, followed by our rededication ceremony. Please give a Morgan welcome to Dr. Harvey.
Morgan forever. Let me hear the students say that. Morgan forever. I am always so happy to be on this camp. So very happy. I am so happy for Morgan's growth and potential and being the learning community it is. And so I say to you, hello everyone, and I really want us to think very seriously about this topic they've given to me, the Genesis, the beginning of things. Who would have thought now over 50 years ago, in 1965, a baby is born. And then 3 years later, another baby is born. I'm speaking of the late David Harvey and Tanya Harvey Clark. Who would have thought that today, in 2024, here at this wonderful institution, we would be talking about an idea that probably was born with them. It was already there. And over the years, it developed. David and Tanya were, I guess, your age or a little older. They had just finished Morgan State University, 1990. And David had finished Coppin State University, but he came back here for his master's degree. So these creators are your creators. They take Morgan along with them wherever the discussion goes. So to me, that's the beginning. And it's also the beginning for you. You were born, and I believe, with ideas, with hopes, with dreams that I'm sure you're going to find unfold here at Morgan. You don't know what's there. How many of you own jeans? Yeah. What would you call the person who invented jeans? I would call that person a genius. The genes get us through a lot of our days. And I think there is a genius within you. And so I would offer to you my hope that you will let it grow. I put a couple of things on these little note cards. The theme for Black History Month this year is African Americans and the arts. And here we are with Professor Short and these talented people on stage in this theater at Morgan. African American in the arts. And of course, I've enjoyed wonderful experiences here at Morgan, Theater Morgan, in fact. The other thing that I thought that I would mention to you is that Black History Month grew out of Negro History Week, and that as I looked around, Black History Month is 109 years old. And not, of course, Negro History Week started in 1926, but 109 years. Carter G. Woodson knew it was important to tell our country and the world, in fact, how much African Americans have produced and contributed to this society. So the success stories were not always told, and unfortunately, they're not always told today. But I certainly wanted to bring that to your attention. Now, my question is simply, why February? Anyone with an idea? Why February for both Negro History Week and Black History Month? The birthdays of two of our former presidents, no, not two presidents, one president and one leader, one abolitionist, one man that really did so much for the country, Lincoln and Douglass. So Abraham Lincoln's birthday and Frederick Douglass' birthday were the two birthdays that Carter G. Woodson and others thought would be recognized in for Black History Month. And the last thing on my little note card that I thought that I would leave with you, two quotes about creativity. Seeing what others see and thinking what no one else ever thought is a quote by Albert Einstein. And the other quote is, when you have a dream, grab it and never, never let it go. Thank you so much for these few minutes with you. And once more, Morgan forever. Let me hear you say it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Harvey, for those inspiring words and for your inspiring presence, just being here with us today. And now we're going to light a candle in honor of the African American flag and also in honor and to kick off Black History Month. The candle symbolizes the light in the darkness of African American history. I invite you to join me in rededicating the Harvey African American flag and in recommitting ourselves to the principles that undergird the history of African descended people in these United States. You can find the charge in your program. Won't you please read along with me? The charge. I rededicate myself to the principles of perseverance, love, knowledge, and spirituality. I acknowledge and honor my regal history, the richness of my African roots, and its impact and importance in America's past and present. I pledge to value and be an asset to my family, friends, and community. I pledge to recognize and honor my ancestors on whose shoulders I stand today. I pledge to shine. Thank you. And now please receive Chloe and Kayla Harvey, the daughters of Tanya Harvey Clark and the late David Harvey, creators of the African American flag, who will talk about the legacy and who represent that legacy in their person. Please join me with a warm Morgan welcome for Chloe and Kayla.
Good morning, everybody. I wonder if we can, that's fine. It is such an honor to be here with you all to kick off Black History Month. Thank you so much for having us. We have spent the last few years writing and developing an original play entitled 2002, which was just put on by Theater Morgan last spring and was our way of honoring our father's legacy and sharing the messages of the African American flag with our community. Throughout the process of developing the play, we realized the power of conversation. 2002 is comprised of conversations we've had with each other regarding the African American flag, and conversations our parents have had together when creating the African American flag, and conversations about the deeper meaning of the flag that have inspired us to live out its values and principles in our everyday lives. Yes, when we first started the journey of reviving the African American flag, we didn't quite understand our role in bringing it back. We felt like we were just two little girls, and we were like, "Oh no, like this is a big responsibility. What are we supposed to do about it?" But really, where it started was conversations. All we could do was just talk to each other. The scene that we would like to share with you today from our play 2002 follows a young Chloe and Kayla Harvey in the year 2020 as we learn about the African American flag for the first time as adults, kind of a rediscovery of it as adults in the year 2020. We hope this scene helps you to understand the power of conversation and how conversation can turn into creation. Thank you again for having us this morning, and please enjoy this excerpt of our original play, 2002.
Black and White Museum, NAACP headquarters, the National Aquarium, Checkers. The restaurant? No, the retirement home. Yes, the restaurant. Dang. I was just checking. You get it? It was like Checkers. Okay, my fault. This stuff is cool. Nobody ever thought we might want to know about this? I guess not. Those are our parents. Mm-hmm. And they did all that. Yeah. I didn't know the flag was big like that. I thought only our family knew about it. Bruh, I thought it only existed at Doc's house. But there's probably hella people who remember this from the 90s. Like, there were kids who learned about it in school. And people who drove past it on the street every day. Like, it was out in the world, freaking blowing in the wind and uplifting all the Black people. And now, it's just sitting on Doc's mantle, looking sad. And all the proof of its existence and its impact, its whole freaking impact, was just locked up in the attic. And everybody and their mama just went about their business. Like Tanya and David Harvey didn't just make history. Dang, you right. What were we supposed to do with all this? We were just handed 12 years of information in like 10 minutes. How come nobody told us? I guess because we just started asking about it. Okay, but why did we have to ask? Why couldn't they just have told us? Because nobody else talk about it. Why not? Because it makes them uncomfortable. So, picking my wedges make me uncomfortable, but I still gotta do. But for real, you can't just not do things that make you uncomfortable. I know. Tell that to your mother and your grandmother and everybody else. I wonder what he thinks about it. Our father? Bro, he probably sitting somewhere mad. Dang. Not mad, just like, yeah, I wouldn't have done it like that. Dang. I think this is the perfect time to bring it back, though. I mean, after the hot mess that was 2020, we could use something positive like this. Yeah. Black people have kind of been in the spotlight this year. Yeah, and not really in a good way. I know, but I mean, like, after Black Lives Matter spiked this summer, people kind of started listening to Black voices a little bit more. Yeah, some people. And I think Black people started using their voices more too, especially in our generation. Yeah, but all these people looking at us right now, all they see is struggle and pain. They only notice us when we're dying on the streets and calling America out on this bullshit. Mm-hmm. What people need to understand is that we are more than our trauma. That we are. We are so much more than what we've been through. And until we acknowledge that, we're never going to get anywhere. Hold on, child. I feel like I should record this. You're really preaching right now. I don't know, Chloe. I'm just saying. Black people need to be acknowledged for our accomplishments too. Right. Why can't we ever focus on the good stuff? That reminds me of this TikTok I saw the other day, where this girl was talking about how white people don't seem to mind when we say Black single mothers or Black drug dealers, but always seem to have a problem when we say Black doctors or Black lawyers, because then it's all, why do we always have to bring race into everything? Because, like, why can't we just say he's a doctor? Because, Karen, y'all made everything about race like 400 years ago. Bro, y'all clowns started it. Y'all just hate to see Black people succeed. Y'all even got us internalizing that shit, too. Because when we don't fit into that box of what Black people should be, or what you think Black people should do, you say we're acting white. Then we start taking that out on each other, calling each other Oreos and shit. And I don't even know where y'all even got that from in the first place, because acting white really just means oppressing and colonizing. Girl, I'm screaming! But you're right. I think that all the time. Like, being a theater kid makes me white. Now, what kind of sense does that make? Because if I get pulled over, I know the officer ain't gonna be like this. Excuse me, miss. Do you know how fast you were? Golly gee. Are you listening to show tunes? I just love show tunes. Me and my wife, Mary Beth, visit the theater twice a year. Me and Ma, you're free to go. No, that's how you gonna be. Excuse me, put your black hands up where I can see. Am I wrong? No. Exactly. I just can't believe it's up to us, you know? To bring the flag back? I know. Like, I guess there's no other choice. Why did Uncle David have to be an only child? Right, but see, that's why people keep saying we're his legacy. We're kind of all that's left of him. I know, but that's so scary though. This feels like a job that I didn't apply for. I know. And pretty soon, all these people are going to be counting on us. When I started this project, I was just trying to graduate, and I didn't even know what I was going to do next. But now, I feel like we have to do this. Like, somebody is setting this up for us. What do you mean? Like, haven't you noticed the timing of this whole thing? The year that I graduate and I'm supposed to go into the real world, and the year that you become an adult, this thing is just dropped in our laps? Yeah, it's crazy, but you know this isn't a bad thing, right? I mean, this could really be our future, Chloe. Like Uncle David set us up for life. This flag is a gift. No, I know. I love the flag. But it's still kind of scary, right? I don't know, it just really freaks me out. Yeah, because it's a big responsibility. And it feels like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Somebody could have this idea tomorrow to create a flag like this. Nobody knows this is here, Chloe. I know. So let's do something with it. You're talking about starting a business? So, you know our community needs this right now. What are we supposed to do? We're creative, we'll think of something. I know, you're right. Oh my God. What? I have a theater degree. Okay. Caleb, I have a theater degree. Oh, I don't get it. Thank you.
So I want to take this opportunity to thank you all for coming, to thank again our esteemed platform guest and all of those who've participated in this convocation. Especially want to thank Professor Short for pulling this all together and running around behind the scenes to make sure that things went off without a hitch. I want to leave you with just a few words as we conclude. History is made every day, so go make some history. Have a great one.